When Doctor Strange split his soul in two, the universe felt the wound. One half became pure light, the protector of Earth. The other half turned into something older, darker, and hungry for control. And both halves wanted the same thing, Superman. One to save the world, one to end it. But when Superman looked into Strange's fractured soul, he saw a truth no hero could handle. And the side he chose would rewrite the fate of every universe. The sky over New York cracked like glass as energy spiraled above the Sanctum Sanctorum. Inside, Doctor Strange hovered in a meditative trance, eyes glowing with twin auras, one golden, one pitch black. The spell he was attempting had no name. Not even the Book of Vishanti dared describe it. It was meant for one purpose only, to divide what should never be divided. He had seen the coming storm. Not from Earth, not from the Nine Realms. Something older, hungrier. It wasn't just the multiverse breaking, it was him. So he made a decision. A violent scream tore through the air as Stephen Strange convulsed midair, his body flickering between light and shadow. Wong burst into the chamber, too late to stop it. Strange's soul tore in half. Not metaphorically, literally. Two versions of him floated now, both real, both alive. One emerged in radiant light, white robes shimmering, eyes pure energy. He hovered with a peaceful gaze, hands folded in meditation. The other stepped from a veil of smoke, robe shredded, fingers crooked like claws. A grin stretched across his pale face. The room bent, dimensions warped. Wong fell to one knee, crushed by the weight of what had just been born. "I am Lumen," said the shining half. "I am Obscura," hissed the shadowed one. Both turned to Wong. "And Earth is out of time." Before Wong could ask anything, Obscura vanished into mist, spiraling upward through the roof without breaking a tile. Lumen remained, his presence calming the rift in the chamber, but not in the world. Across the globe, time faltered. Cities blinked between futures. Oceans whispered backwards. And above all, a name echoed across dimensions, not Strange but Superman. In the Fortress of Solitude, the crystals began vibrating, each one humming the same strange frequency. Kal-El didn't sleep. He couldn't. His mind was tuned to planetary distress. And this wasn't just global. This was metaphysical. Within minutes, he crossed the stratosphere. As he neared Earth's surface, a ripple of unreality slammed into him. Buildings flickered. Streets shimmered. The sky split, not from above, but from the sides, like curtains pulled back. Floating above New York were two Doctor Stranges, spinning around each other like twin stars at war. One through chains of golden energy. The other answered with swirling black voids. Reality screamed where their powers collided. Superman descended like thunder, landing between the two forces mid-air. The sheer force of impact shattered the clouds. "That's enough," he boomed, voice cutting through dimensions. Both Strange froze. Lumen nodded in respect. Obscura simply tilted his head, curious. "You shouldn't be here yet," Obscura whispered, voice echoing in unnatural harmonics. "But I suppose you felt the soul fracture." Superman stared. "I felt the multiverse bending around your name." Lumen floated forward. "We are not enemies. We are truths. Half-truths. Fragments of one mind too burdened to choose." "Choose what?" Superman demanded. Lumen looked toward the sky, where stars blinked like failing light bulbs. "Which future survives?" Obscura laughed, a hollow, corrupted sound. "He lies, of course. There is no future unless we seize it, control it." "You mean conquer it?" Superman asked, stepping between them. Obscura shrugged. "Words. They bend. Just like timelines. Just like you." Lumen raised a hand, glowing symbols circling his wrist. "Kal-El, he's already begun rewriting timelines." "Who?" "The other me." Obscura extended his arms wide. "I've saved millions already. Erased failing realities. Compressed dying Earths into energy signatures. You'd be amazed what a broken multiverse is worth. You're destroying worlds. Trimming the tree," Obscura said with a grin, "before it chokes itself." Superman narrowed his eyes. That's not saving anyone. Obscura leaned closer. It's saving the ones who matter. Superman's fists clenched. Obscura vanished again. In a flash of light, Superman and Lumen were inside the sanctum, but not the one on Earth. This one hovered in a floating fragment of reality stitched together with magic and thought. Books hovered midair, weeping tears of ink. Clocks ticked sideways. It was Strange Soul Library. You're not the full Strange, are you? Superman asked. No, Lumen admitted. I am his hope, his restraint, his faith. And Obscura, his fear, his logic, his willingness to do what must be done. Why split? Because the full Strange saw something coming, Lumen said. Something involving you. Something too big for one mind to accept. Superman turned slowly. What did he see? Lumen didn't answer. Instead, a memory crystal hovered into view. It played the image of Dr. Strange collapsing, eyes wide, muttering a single sentence. He burns the timelines clean and calls a peace. Superman felt the words like cold iron. Obscura reappeared in the sky, spreading his shadow across multiple cities at once. We don't have time, Lumen said. Obscura is merging with the remnants of dark variants, evil versions of Strange from collapsed worlds. He's forming something worse than a sorcerer supreme. Superman's cape rippled. And you want me to stop him? No, Lumen said quietly. I want you to choose. Choose what? Which half of Strange becomes real again? Superman was silent. Then he vanished. He reappeared over London, where Obscura had bound a rift over the Thames. Civilians floated midair, trapped in frozen time, their dreams leaking into the streets like vapor. Strange Obscura was standing on air, rewriting the spell book of fate in real time. Superman slammed into him mid-spell. Obscura caught the punch, not with muscle, but with magic. I knew you'd come, he whispered. You always do. But this time, you're the variable I can't predict. Then stop pretending you're the solution, Superman growled. I'm not the solution, Obscura said, twisting the air around them. I'm the failsafe. With a snap of his fingers, Superman was trapped in a time loop, living the moment of Earth's destruction over and over. A solar flare, a collapsing sky, Strange kneeling, Superman failing. Each time, he tried something new. Each time, the world ended. Then came a voice. Only one version of me ends the loop. Superman screamed, firing heat vision in every direction. The loop shattered. He landed hard on the real Earth. Lumen was waiting. You understand now, he said. I understand one thing, Superman said, his eyes glowing. You both think you're right. But only one of you knows what I'll do next. Lumen bowed. Then decide. And Superman, faster than thought, vanished into the rift to hunt for the truth behind the soul. Superman hovered above the Earth, eyes locked on the fractured threads of magic tearing through the atmosphere like invisible wires. Each one pulsed with power and a warning. Strange hadn't just split himself. He had infected the timeline with two opposing truths, and they were rewriting reality in real time. The moon flickered. London reversed an hour. A mountain in South America shifted to desert. Strange Obscura was moving fast, absorbing corrupted versions of himself from failed timelines. The echoes of his power were growing louder and smarter. Not just spells, code, strategy, precision. This wasn't chaos. It was architecture. Lumen appeared beside Superman without a ripple of sound. He's preparing for convergence, Lumen said. He'll erase all versions of Strange across the multiverse and rebuild himself as the singular sorcerer. He's doing it in your name. Superman turned sharply. My name. He's showing the variants of future where you destroy them, Lumen replied. A false prophecy, one where you lose control. Superman's voice lowered. And you? What are you showing them? A future where you become hope, Lumen said, even if it means sacrifice. Superman vanished again, this time descending into a collapsed dimension. He landed in a version of Earth scorched by dark suns. The city was ash. The sky, nothing but static. In the center of it all stood Obscura, surrounded by broken strange variants, twisted versions of himself, kneeling in silence, eyes dim. "You don't belong here," Obscura said without looking up. But then again, neither do they. "What is this?" Superman asked, stepping through the scorched ruins. "My cathedral," Obscura whispered. "Every strange who failed to stop their Earth from dying. I brought them here, merged them. I carry their wisdom now, their regrets, their precision." "This is genocide," Superman said. "This is mercy," Obscura snapped. "You think letting broken sorcerers wander the multiverse forever, haunted by failure, is mercy? I ended their pain, and in doing so, I became the one version who knows how to fix everything." Superman narrowed his eyes. "Fix what exactly?" "The source of collapse," Obscura said. "The real anomaly. You." Silence spread across the dead dimension like smoke. "You blame me for the multiverse breaking?" Superman asked. "Not you," Obscura replied. "What you represent, the unchecked variable, the convergence point of every divergent timeline. You exist in every universe, Kal-El, but you are not always the same. In some, you save worlds. In others, you end them." Superman looked around at the broken sky. "That's not me, but it could be," Obscura said. "And that possibility is the crack in the glass." He raised a hand. From the ash, a vision formed, thousands of timelines, all centering around a single red blur. Superman. In one version, he wears black and rules over Earth. In another, he burns New Genesis. In another, he kneels to Darkseid. And in one, the darkest of all, he rips through time and space, rewriting every law of existence with brute force, turning the multiverse into one single brutal law. His. "I know which version I am," Superman said. "Do you?" Obscura stepped forward. "I do. I am the version of Strange who will stop that future. And I will use any weapon to do it, even you." Chains erupted from the shadows, magical, living things that wrapped around Superman's limbs in less than a second. Each one pulsed with the magic of 1,000 dead realities. But Superman didn't flinch. He looked Obscura in the eye and let the chains pull. "You want to control me?" he said. "Then see what that really means." The chains tightened, and for a moment, Obscura grinned. Then the chains cracked. Then they melted. Then they screamed. Superman's eyes lit up, and with a deafening roar, he shattered the spell work from the inside out. Not with force, but with will. Obscura staggered back, shocked. "That's not possible. You keep calculating me like I'm a variable," Superman said. "But I'm a constant." He flew forward, grabbing Obscura by the collar. "You're not afraid of me," Superman growled. "You're afraid of what you've become." Obscura vanished into a vortex of smoke. Superman was alone again. Then came the voice, Lumen's. "I told you. He doesn't want to conquer you. He wants to become you." Superman emerged from the dead world and re-entered Earth's atmosphere. But the sky was worse now. Cities were flickering between timelines. He saw versions of himself fighting doomsday in the clouds, others standing beside Lex Luthor, others gone completely. The multiverse was collapsing into echoes. He flew into orbit past the moon, where Lumen waited, floating before a massive, magical construct, shaped like a giant eye. It pulsed with colors no human could describe. "This is the eye of convergence," Lumen explained. "The point where the final choice must be made." "What choice?" Superman asked. Lumen raised a hand. The eye opened, and inside, Superman saw both versions of Strange. Not just Lumen and Obscura. All versions. Light and dark. Hero and monster. Savior and tyrant. "You have to pick one," Lumen said. "You can't leave him split. The longer he stays divided, the more the multiverse unravels." Superman's jaw tightened. "And if I choose wrong, then you'll watch every timeline burn, including your own." A whisper of wind swept across the stars. Then came a second voice, not Lumen's. "I warned you," Obscura said from behind, forming from pure shadow. "He's just a mask, a clean lie, a dream you like better." Superman turned. You're both him, he said. But neither of you is complete. Exactly, Lumen said. That's why only a being not bound by magic, by prophecy, or by fate can decide. You want me to kill the other? Superman asked. Obscura smiled. You want to save the world, Kal-El? Then burn the lie. Let the real Strange remain. Superman looked between them, then up into the Eye of Convergence. He flew into it. The eye closed. Silence fell across the stars. Then everything shook. From Earth to Asgard to the furthest edge of the negative zone, every realm felt the decision being made. And only one Strange would return. The Eye of Convergence didn't feel like a place. It felt like a verdict. As Superman flew into its light, he wasn't entering a space. He was entering a mind. A fractured, impossible mind stretched across infinite versions of Doctor Strange. Each fragment stared at him with a different expression. Hope, fear, rage, exhaustion, madness. The air didn't exist. The ground didn't exist. Only thoughts and memories formed gravity here. Superman drifted through them as the eye scanned him, dissecting every possibility of who he could be. Whispers filled the void. He's the savior. He's the destroyer. He'll break the loop. He'll ignite the collapse. Superman pushed forward, resisting the weight of infinite futures pressing on his chest. He wasn't here to be judged. He was here to judge the truth behind Strange division. A blinding light formed ahead, a memory. Strange stood over a swirling pool of timelines, his hands trembling. Not because of what he saw, but because he didn't know how to stop it. Superman materialized beside the memory, watching as Strange uncovered something that shattered his resolve. A vision of Superman tearing through the multiverse, ripping worlds apart, not out of malice, but in a desperate attempt to save a Lois who no longer existed. A Superman broken by grief and guided by logic alone. That version of him was unstoppable. Strange stepped back, horrified. If even one version of him breaks, all realities fall. Then Strange saw a second vision, a Superman who refused to kill, even when timelines demanded sacrifice. A Superman who let universes collapse rather than stain his soul. Two extremes, both catastrophic. Strange whispered, "No single mind can carry a choice like this." So he split himself. One to save the world at any cost, Obscura. One to protect hope at any pain, Lumen. Superman stepped out of the memory, shaking. "You tore yourself apart because of me." "No," said a voice behind him. "Because of what you represent." Lumen appeared in the eye's glow. "We stand at a crossroad. The multiverse is unstable. Timelines aren't breaking randomly. They're being harvested." Harvested? Superman asked. Obscura emerged as a shadow behind Lumen. "By me. And if you had any wisdom, you'd thank me for it." Lumen shot him a look. "You're not saving them. You're consuming them." "I'm absorbing their power," Obscura said matter-of-factly. "Each dead reality gives me the knowledge to stop the collapse permanently. Killing worlds to save one." Superman asked. "No. Killing infinite failures to save the only one that matters." Superman floated between them, torn between cosmic light and eternal shadow. "You want me to choose which one of you survives," he said. "No," Lumen replied. "We want you to choose which philosophy becomes strange." "Because we cannot remain divided," Obscura added. "A fragmented sorcerer is a broken shield." Superman's jaw tightened. "Show me everything. No illusions. No selective memory. Show me the truth behind the collapse." The eye pulsed once. Reality shattered. Suddenly, Superman was falling through centuries, through dimensions, through failed futures of countless Earths. In each, Strange faced a threat he couldn't stop. A cosmic infection, a breach of logic, a ripple in time that turned possibility into poison. In every world, the collapse began with a paradox. A being that shouldn't exist. A Kryptonian born without a universe. Superman saw a child, black suit, glowing eyes, floating in the void with no home, no timeline, no origin. A Kryptonian anomaly. A living glitch. "That's the source," Lumen said softly. "A Kryptonian outside creation." Obscura added. And the multiverse is snapping under the strain of his existence. Superman felt the truth hit him like a collapsing star. You think I become that anomaly? No, Lumen said. But you are connected to him. Every Superman is. Obscura took a step forward. You want the truth? Here it is. The anomaly wakes soon. And when he does, every Superman becomes unstable, including you. The eye of convergence convulsed, showing a vision of the anomaly screaming, sending shockwaves through every timeline. Supermen across universes fell to their knees, bleeding from the eyes, fracturing into light. Stop, Superman whispered, overwhelmed. You needed to see, Lumen said gently. Because the real question isn't which half of Strange survives. It's which version of you survives, Obscura finished. The eye began closing. The light dimmed. Reality solidified. Superman found himself back in orbit, breathing hard. The Earth spun below, fractured between timelines, flickering like a dying bulb. The threat wasn't Strange. It wasn't the split. It wasn't magic. It was fate. And fate was pointing straight at Superman. Lumen appeared first, exhausted. You understand why the choice cannot be ours. Obscura followed, unbothered. You must choose the version of Strange who can help you survive the anomaly. You want to save the multiverse, Lumen said, while preserving its soul. You want to save existence, Obscura countered, even if its soul must burn. Superman floated between them, heart pounding. This wasn't about good and evil. It was about ideology, about sacrifice, about certainty. But before he could speak, the sky tore open. A massive tear, stretching from horizon to horizon, glowed above Earth. Worlds bled through it. Cities stacked over one another like holograms glitching. Dozens of versions of Earth collided, merging, rejecting, collapsing. The anomaly was waking. Its scream echoed across every dimension. Superman felt it. His molecules shook. His thoughts quivered. His past and future blinked in and out like dying sparks. Lumen fell to one knee. Obscura grinned. Do you feel that? That is the beginning of the end. And it will not stop unless you choose. Superman clenched his fists. His heat vision ignited. His heartbeat echoed through every layer of reality at once. This ends now. He grabbed both Strange by the chest, light in one hand, shadow in the other. No more waiting, he growled. No more divided futures. No more fractured minds. Lumen's eyes widened. Kal-El, what are you? Obscura's smile vanished. You can't fuse us. Your body can't hold that kind of... But Superman had already pulled. Light and darkness exploded. Magic screamed. The multiverse warped. Superman felt both souls tearing into him, ripping through his mind, burning through his veins like molten reality. He refused to let go. He held the light. He held the shadow. He forced them together. The universe shook. Then everything went white. The explosion didn't destroy Earth. It destroyed what Earth meant across all timelines. The moment Superman fused both souls, reality convulsed. Not a single world. All of them. Universes folded inward, rejecting contradiction. Time staggered, struggled to breathe, and then realigned. Superman collapsed from orbit, slamming into the Arctic ice near the Fortress of Solitude. Frost steamed around his crater. His cape was torn. His eyes still burned with fractured light and shadow. And standing in front of him, emerging from the shimmer of fusion, was a man no longer split. Strange stood whole. Not Lumen, not Obscura. His robes were lined with gold and smoke. His eyes held galaxies. His voice, when he finally spoke, wasn't one of certainty. It was one of burden. I remember everything. Superman rose slowly. Then tell me why it felt like dying just to hold you together. Because I wasn't meant to be whole, Strange said. I designed myself to be divided. One half to dream, one half to execute. But now I have both, and I understand why you were at the center of it all. The sky above them was fractured still, but stabilizing. Earth's reflection in the multiverse no longer shattered violently. It pulsed, like a heartbeat learning rhythm again. Strange knelt. I saw the anomaly. So did I, Superman replied. He's not just Kryptonian, Strange whispered. He's a mirror of what happens when you stop choosing others over yourself. He is your grief weaponized, your love corrupted, your will turned into law. Superman's hands clenched. Then we stop him. Strange looked up. That's why I chose you. Not because you're strong, but because you doubt yourself. That's what Obscura never understood. The anomaly's energy rose again. The tear in the sky widened. But this time, Strange didn't flinch. His hands moved, not casting spells, but tuning reality. Then let's give him something new, Strange said. A timeline where we don't fracture, where we fight together. From the tear, a shape emerged. Towering, crimson-eyed, Kryptonian crest twisted into an unknown symbol. He floated toward them, silent and terrifying. A version of Superman forged in timeline fire and loss. Strange raised a shield of starlight. Superman stepped forward. You know what I am, the anomaly said. You created me. With every failure you refused to accept, every death you tried to undo, every future you couldn't save. I know what I could become, Superman said, and I know what I'll never let happen. The anomaly raised a hand, and the entire multiverse flexed. Strange stepped beside Superman. You're not alone this time. Superman didn't look at him. He just smiled. I never was. The anomaly struck first. Not a punch, not a blast. A thought, an entire timeline screamed. Civilizations blinked out like faulty stars. Earth 92 vanished. Earth 0.5 collapsed into echoes. The anomaly didn't kill with power. He killed with rejection. If a version of reality didn't serve his survival, he erased it. Strange strained against the pull. Even fused, he could barely hold the tear open without it devouring him whole. His fingers bled starlight. His mouth whispered runes older than existence. But this wasn't a fight of sorcery anymore. This was about identity. Superman shot forward, breaking the sound of thought itself. He struck the anomaly with a blow that vibrated through realities. Planets trembled. Galaxies paused. But the anomaly didn't fall. He smiled. I remember this, the anomaly said. The moment I almost believed in weakness. His fist met Superman's. The world convulsed. They crashed through broken futures, through moments that never happened. Superman saw flashes of himself kneeling to Darkseid, ruling with Luthor, destroying Brainiac with his bare hands while Metropolis burned behind him. He saw everything he could have been, and the anomaly wore all of it like armor. You don't win because you're right, the anomaly said. You win because you refuse to admit when you're wrong. Superman blocked a blow, redirected it into the heart of a collapsing universe. I win because I don't stop. The anomaly hurled him through 10 timelines. Strange bent space around them, summoning every Strange across the multiverse, the few who remained. Fragments of broken selves, half-mages, spirits. Together, they formed a chain of light to hold the convergence tear open. Superman broke through again, blood at his lip, eyes burning like suns. Why do you fight me? The anomaly growled. I am what saves us. You're what ends choice, Superman replied. And I don't let tyrants win, even if they wear my face. The final blow came without warning. Not from Superman, from Strange. A spell whispered in reverse. A mirror incantation that turned the anomaly's own existence against itself. A curse only possible now that Strange held both halves of his soul, Obscura's precision and Lumen's compassion. The anomaly froze. His form cracked, leaking memory instead of blood. He looked at Superman one last time. I only wanted to stop the pain. Superman stepped forward, eyes soft. So do I. But we don't get to erase people to do it. The anomaly faded, not with a scream, but with a sigh. The tear closed. The sky healed. The multiverse, for now, breathed. Strange collapsed. Superman caught him. It's done, Strange whispered. No, Superman said. It started. Strange blinked, confused. Superman looked up at the stars. You split your soul because of what you saw in me. But now you've seen something else. Strange nodded slowly. You didn't choose light. You didn't choose dark. You held both and didn't let go. Superman smiled faintly. Maybe that's the only way forward. Not one side, just wholeness. Strange rose, his magic sparking again. I'll remember that, he said, when the next crack appears. They stood in silence as stars realigned, timeline stitched, and Earth spun forward again, scarred but unbroken. Superman turned. One question. Strange looked over. What happens if I ever break? Strange didn't flinch. Then I split my soul again, and we start over, together. Superman nodded. The world was still spinning, and this time they were ready. End of story.